from Your Health, Your Way Nottinghamshire, and I'm going to take you through a main component of an exercise. So what we're going to do today is alternating lower body and upper body. So we're going to spend a minute on each. There will be 5 upper body and 5 lower body exercises, one after the next. And once we completed all 10, we're going to have a minute's rest, just so you can grab some water and catch your breath. And then we're going to repeat it again. I'm going to try to give you different variations of different exercises so you can find the intensity that suits you. What I want you to focus on is to complete each exercise to the best of your ability, listening to the cues I'm giving you. And if you need any regression, anything to make it easier, then obviously just move down to the variation I give you, or if that's too easy, then I try to give you a harder version that you can do yourself as well. So we're going to start with a bicep curl. So I'm going to use for this. So for the bicep curl, you can use different equipment. You can use things like, if you're at home, your milk bottles. You can use tins of beans, anything you find, or you can use dumbbells, different weights. You can use resistance bands. So there's loads of different variations you can do with it. Okay, so we're going to work for a whole minute. So feet are hip width apart, palms facing up, and then we're going to come up and back down. What I want you to focus on is ensuring that your tummy is tight and engaged. So I don't want to see no swinging. Everything's, the only movement is coming from just the arms. So we're going to go up and down. If it's too hard, you can do it seated, or you can just do it with a lighter weight. If it's too easy, to make it harder, just grab something heavier. So as I mentioned earlier, you can do things like your milk bottles, or for heavier things you can put some sugars, pasta, whatever you find at home into shopping bags, and then do it with that. Rucksack, put some heavy books in there. So there are loads of things that you can work around and work at your level of intensity. So we've got another 2 to go. 1, and the last one. Perfect. Now I'm going to move over to squats. So feet hip width apart, we're going to drop our bum backwards and back up. So feet ideally pointing forwards, and the knees are going in the same direction as your toes. Keep chest up, back straight. So from the side, sitting back down, and then back up. I just use my arms to help me with balance. If that's too hard, you can use a chair and do your sit to stand. If it's too easy, you can use some extra weight. So you can use goblet squats, go down and back up, or you can have rucksack full of books, loads of different variations. Just find something extra that you can put on. And another 2, last one, and then we're going to move over to our reverse flies. So for this one, I'd recommend lighter weights. So feet again hip width apart, we're going to lean forward, slight bending in our knees, and then we're going to raise our arms sideways. So make sure that your back is straight so you're not arching, and don't let your shoulders drop, so keep them up. Okay, so from the front view, arms are coming sideways and back down. There is a slight little micro bend in my elbow, so I'm not looking at that, there's a slight bending there. And up and back down. Again, to make it easier, drop the weight, just do it with your body weight. And to make it harder, just use something heavier. Okay, we've got another 2 to go. So that's 1. And the last one. Perfect. Next exercise we're going to do is our lunges. So for that one, we're going to step forwards and then bend both knees at the same time and step back up. Okay, so alternate each leg, or you can do 30 seconds on each leg and then change halfway through. Most important thing is to try to balance them. Keep your body straight, back straight, chest is facing up. If it's too hard, to make it easier, just don't go that low. So just tap forward and then just have a slight little bend in your knees. To make it harder, you can grab some extra weight and again, do it that way. Okay, so both of my toes are pointing forwards and I'm keeping the front heel on the floor. Okay, oh, and it's time to change to the next exercise, which is push-ups. So hands around shoulder width apart, and what we're going to do from here, keeping our body straight, we're going to go down and back up. If that's too hard, you can drop down to your knees, back down and back up. Most important is that your body is a straight line, so we're not piking, we're not sagging, we're engaging the midsection to keep us straight. Again, if even that's too hard, then you can do it on the wall. So I don't know what you can see at the camera, my hands in front, and then you're going to bend and straighten. The closer you are to the wall, the easier it is. The more you step backwards, the harder it will be. And obviously to make it harder, you just do the normal full version, or you can do different variations. So it's up to you. And next exercise, we're ready into a deadlift. So for that one, you can use dumbbells, or actually I'm going to show you a resistance band. Why not? So you're going to suck on the band, hold it quite low down, feet around hip width apart, and what we're going to do is stand up and back down. So from here, our back is straight, my shoulder is back, so I'm not punching forwards. I'm in a nice position both on the way up and on the way down. You're hinging from the hip, so you're actually bending at your pelvic area. So going forwards and back up. Bend your knees as much as you need to, as much as your mobility allows you. And one more. Okay. To make it easier, do it without the band or any weight. To make it harder, obviously, increase the resistance. Next exercise, bent over rows. So I'm going to demonstrate with the dumbbells this time. So feet again, hip width apart. We're leaning forwards, back is straight, shoulders back, and I'm going to lift our elbows behind us and back down. I'm not letting my shoulders drop, keep it up. So elbows up and back down. Make sure your back is staying straight, engage that tummy, and look forwards. Watch that shoulder, don't let it drop down. And again, from the front view, up and down, up and down. We've got 2 more to do. So down, and last one. Okay, so we've got 3 more. Next exercise is our side squats. So for this, we're going to have slightly wider stance. What we're going to do is drop down to one side and then back up. Other side, back up. So one leg straight, and I'm only bending one leg. Keep your chest nice and tight. Sorry, your tummy nice and tight, and your chest elevated. So we're not leaning forward. Keep it up. Okay. Again, it's quite important that you do the same number of repetitions on each side. And if you want to make it easier, don't go that low. So just keep it a bit higher up. And again, if you want to make it harder, just grab some extra weight that you can hold in. Or rucksack, whatever you've got available. Okay, 2 more, one on each side. Okay, next one. Front and lateral raises. So I'm going to just stand, feet shoulder width apart, hands forward, and my palm is facing me. Then from here, I'm raising my arms in front about shoulder height, and then back down. Then I'll do the same, but on the side. So every time I raise my arm, I'm only going down till shoulder height. I'm not looking my elbows out, I have a slight micro bend in them. And again, we're not swinging, so I'm not using my body to actually give me the momentum to go up. I'm only using my shoulder muscles. Okay, side raise, and then back up. So to make sure that you're really nice and stable, focus on your abdominals. So imagine that I'm about to punch you in the stomach. That way I can guarantee that you'll be engaging it and you're not going to be swinging. Sideways, back down, forwards. Oh, and I've gone over the time again. And the last one, we're going to do either a wall sit or we're going to do a squat hold. So I'm going to demonstrate a squat hold. So feet around hip width apart, and then I'm going to get into my squat position and hold it literally in that position. So I'm keeping my chest up, knees are pointing in the same direction where my toes are, and engaging both my glutes, abs, and pretty much all the lower body muscles, and hold. To make it a bit harder, you can hold some extra weight in, so it's going to make it harder. To make it easier, you can just use your sit to stand with the chair, stand up and down, or you can just hold it higher up. So it's up to you. If you want to go lower, again, that will make it a little bit harder. Okay, and that's 3, 2, 1, and we're going to have a minute's rest. After the minute's rest over, we're going to come back and we're going to repeat the same thing again. So make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated. If at any point you need a drink, just grab some. And try not to sit down, because we don't want your body to get to the stage where it just stops pumping your blood around your body. So just keep moving, just gently. You don't have to march or anything, but don't just sit down. Okay, got another 15 seconds to make use of it. Okay, so we're going to restart with our bicep curls. So again, select the weight that you're comfortable with. Hip shoulder width apart. I'm going to come up and back down. Really engage that tummy, and don't let your body swing or move anywhere else but bending at the elbow. Okay, so up and down. You can also play with the tempo. So if you want to make it a bit harder for yourself, you can really focus on going slow, both on the way up and on the way down. Okay, actually I'm going to quickly demo it with a resistance band. So you can either stand on it with one foot, in a split stance, up and down, or you can stand on it with both feet. Try to get enough, get the same resistance on each side, and then up and down. So same applies. I'm engaging my stomach and I'm not letting my body swing about. Okay, next exercise, back to our squats. So again, give you different options. So you can do your goblet squats, back down, back up. So I'm really focusing on keeping my chest up. So I'm not leaning forwards, keeping it up. The motion is like you're sitting down on a chair. Don't let your knees come in, so don't let them come inside. Keep them out over your toes. Okay? If it's too hard, drop the weight and do it body weight, or if it's still too hard, just use a chair and do your sit to stand. Okay. Lovely. Next exercise, we're over to our reverse flies. So again, this one you want a lighter weight. So feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to lean forwards, back straight, shoulders up, and then up and down. So on the way up, really focus on bringing your shoulder blades together. So imagine there's pound coin, that you want to keep between your shoulder blades. So up and back down. Again, if you want it, you can do it without the weight or with a heavier weight, or focus on the tempo. So slower up, really slow down. That will challenge your muscles a lot more than if you were to do it quickly using momentum. Okay, one more. Brilliant. So next one, back to our lunges. So again, step forwards, aim a slightly split stance, and then bend both knees at the same time. So keep chest up and the front heel on the floor. What you're aiming for is a 90-degree at both knees. Let's hope that is 90 degrees. Okay, to make it a bit easier, just have a smaller bending there. Or to make it harder, have some extra weight. If you wanted to mix it up, you can change it to backwards, reverse lunge. Or you can just do one front, one back, together. So possibilities are endless. Okay, next exercise, push-ups. So again, choose the level that suits you. So whether it's on the wall, on your knees, or on your toes, it's up to you. So again, hands shoulder width apart. What we don't want to do is to get our elbows out to the side. We want to tuck it nicely in by our side. Whether you're doing it on the wall or on the floor, it's the same principle. So if you're doing it on the wall, I don't want it to come out, go down. It does feel a little bit harder, but it puts your shoulder joint in a lot better position. Time are we on? Oh, we still got some time. So forwards and back up. To make it even harder on the wall, you can do the plyometric push-ups, which means little jump off the wall. So push yourself away. So I'm giving you plenty of options here, so no excuses. Okay, next exercise, deadlift. So I'm going to do it with the dumbbells this time. So again, feet around shoulder width apart. The weight is in front of us. What we're going to do is bending at our hips. We're going to go down and back up. I'm going to bend our knees slightly and we're hinging at the hips. Again, keep your back straight, keep your shoulders back, and keep the weight, keep the weight close to your body. So the further away it is, the harder it will be, but that will potentially put you out into your back position. So keep the weight close to your body. Okay, from the side view, sort of sliding it on my thighs, just under my knees, and back up. Okay, I'm not letting myself drop forward, keeping myself in a nice, straight, upright position. And last one. Okay, so we've got 4 more exercises. So next one we're going to do is our bent over row. For a change, I demonstrated with the resistance band. So we're going to step on it either with 2 foot or you can do it in a split stance. So same principle. You need to wrap it around your hand so actually you're getting some resistance. Keeping your back straight, shoulders back. We're going to lift the elbows back behind us and back down. Okay. Again, the same principle goes. If you need to make it easier, do it with a tin or something lighter. If you want to make it harder, you can use paintings, dog food. That was a really good one someone gave me the other day. So there are plenty of options to get something that suits your level of ability. 2 more. Okay, so next one we've got side squats. I'm going to show you with the weight this time. So feet slightly wider than normal. Keep your weight close to your body. Keep one leg straight and sort of sit down on the other side. So I'm keeping my chest up as much as I can and back up. If you want to get the inner thigh stronger, then rather than just pushing up from that position, try to scoop yourself up with the straight leg. So if you really scoop yourself up, that will challenge the inner thigh. Okay, side view. Don't know if it makes any difference. Okay, we've got one more on each side. Lovely. So next one, front and lat raises. So again, I'm going to get into a nice comfortable position. Palms are facing down, arms up to shoulder width, and then the same on the side. So you don't have to lift it way too high, you're just lifting it shoulder height. No swinging, so really engage that midsection there. And then up and down. To make it easier, drop the weight. Make it harder, use heavier weights. And again, you can do it seated if you need to. It's a really good one to do whilst you're watching telly. And also make sure that you're not looking the elbow there out. Have a slight little bend in there, okay? And the last one. Okay. And the final exercise of the day is our squat hold or wall sit. So again, I'm going to get into a nice comfortable squat position and we're just going to hold it there. You can go lower, you can go higher depending on where you feel that your ability levels are. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can do it against the wall, some extra weight in your lap, hold some at, I don't know, your dumbbells or something in front, challenge your shoulders in there, and loads of different things you can do. So this is our last exercise. So we've got another 20 seconds to go and then we're done. Just keep your chest straight, back straight. We're not hunching forwards, but in a nice comfortable position. Knees on top of the elbows, so we're not coming in, staying out. And that's 3, 2, 1, and we're all done. Well done.